The reason why a lot of people are mad is because they're not getting those views, they're not known, and they're not selling products. That's not my fault. Being known and getting views is important. If it wasn't, then nobody would upload. If nobody knows you, it's impossible for you to be a legend. Being known is important in calisthenics if you're trying to build a legacy, if you're trying to build an empire, if you're trying to be a calisthenic entrepreneur. RipRight LLC is $400,000 in revenue. How could we do that being unknown?
باب مفتوح للاجتهادات التقريب هذا حد العالم هذا طالب هذا راسخ والى اخره.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh to all RipRightHD disciples, YouTubers and viewers. Welcome back to a new video on RipRight HD. You see the title, you know what time it is. Why is being known, or why is fame important in your calisthenics career, or building a calisthenics legacy, or building a calisthenic how should I say this? Not kingdom. Empire. We're going to get into why that is so important, and why people try to downplay it is because it's not something easy to attain. Just like mostly any other thing in calisthenics. As I explained, my criteria for being a legend is, one, being known, your ability, how long you've been in the game, and actually your accomplishments. And it's very important that a person is known. If you look at my whole legends list, the only way you can be a legend is being known. How many views you have, how much people know you, wherever you may be. That's a fact. If you're not known, if nobody knows you, it's impossible for you to be a legend. Yes or no? Facts. So being known is important in calisthenics if you're trying to build a legacy, if you're trying to build an empire, if you're trying to be a calisthenic entrepreneur. Being quote unquote famous is super important in calisthenics. And I'm going to tell you why. Frank Madrano. Who would buy a nutritional program from Frank Madrano if nobody knew him? Who would buy a workout program from Frank Madrano if nobody knew him? Who would buy a weight vest from Chris Harrier if he wasn't famous on YouTube, if he wasn't famous, if he wasn't world renowned in so many different countries? Who would support a person who is unknown? It's impossible to support somebody you don't know. They have to put themselves out there. It's a little different with Nike, Reebok, and some of these major companies, and we don't know the face of the company, but we support them because we know the company. But in the same sense, that company is what? Famous. So how can somebody come in later on and say, yeah, how many views you got, that's not important? He's a fool. He's an ignorant buffoon. If somebody can later on come and say that being famous or being well known is not important when it comes to your calisthenic career. Now, if you're just trying to be a workout dude, if you're just trying to be a guy that just reps out or does statics or does freestyle, and you just enjoy it, and then you want to work your 9 to 5, or you want to babysit all day, whatever you want to do with your life in calisthenics, and not be known, and not make any money, and not build a legacy, then of course not. Being famous or being known is definitely not important. On the other hand, the same people who say being famous or having views is not important, or the same people that's pushing on YouTube, or the same people that's posting on Instagram, or the same people that's posting on TikTok, that's posting on multiple different platforms. If this wasn't important, then you wouldn't see it being done. RipRight LLC is revenue-wise $400,000 in revenue. How could we do that being unknown, not being what we call YouTube famous? And I'm going to tell you something, guys. Being YouTube famous or being known, okay, some people think it's cool. Oh, he let the fame get to his head. I just want to explain something to somebody or to the people in general. If I could be unknown and have enough money to take care of me, my family, my squad, my team, and we just rock out and we just travel and we just have fun and we work out and we getting our money from some different avenue, that would be dope. But unfortunately in calisthenics, you have to be known in order to make some type of monetary gain, and that's a fact. It's either you're making money off of YouTube, you're making money off of Instagram posts, you're making money off of TikTok posts, you're making money off of your programs, or you're selling a product. And as I said before, you can't do any of that without being known. And nowadays, being known is equating to views. How many views you have, how much people are viewing your content. As I said, content is king, likes and views are queen. So don't tell me about having views is not important. If it's not, go sit your butt down and shut down whatever social media platform you got. If not, then don't say a word, because all of the legends are legends because they have views. Hannibal has millions of views. Zeph has millions of views. 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 has millions of views. And this is ma'ruf. This is well known. So this is a major piece in calisthenics. If you are trying to leave a legacy, if you're trying to build an empire, if you're trying to be a calisthenic entrepreneur, unfortunately, if you don't want to be known, then this is not the place for you to be. If you want to be low-key and rep out all day or do statics and just mad barometrics and freestyles and, you know, without having to worry about people stopping you in the streets, then this is not for you. And when you're somebody, you know, I had put up a post with Deion Sanders. The man doesn't have to say he's the man. And I'm not saying I'm the man, but I can tell you this. Not one person has came under my post and said he's lying. Whether it be my prison posts, my workout posts, any post that I make, not one person has come under my post and denounced me or announced me to be a liar. Not one. I was known when I wasn't into calisthenics. It wasn't no different because my brothers, my sisters, they had paved the way. So everybody knew who I was growing up. They knew who I was. So it wasn't a big deal for me now getting into calisthenics and people starting to know you. Because at one time it was just on a neighborhood base, school base, in the in crowd, always around the people that's doing the most. Join a gang, now you're leading the gang. This has been my life since day one, and it's not tooting my own horn. It is what it is. I've been a popular kid, and it makes no difference now that it's in calisthenics. It is not swelling anybody's head. We're in calisthenics for a totally different reason other than trying to be famous. But as I said, being known and getting views is important. If it wasn't, then nobody would upload. The reason why I upload, many reasons. As we said, the views. The more people that watch you, the more people that know you. The more people that know you, the more people that incline to buy into what you're selling. I sell products. I make a living off of my products, off of calisthenics. That's what I do for a living, and I love my job and I enjoy it, and I can't do it without being unknown. So we're going to cut to the chase and stop playing. The reason why a lot of people are mad is because they're not getting those views, they're not known, and they're not selling products. That's not my fault. That is not my fault. So don't sit here and bash the YouTubers, the YouTubers about, oh, they don't rep, they don't put in work, they ain't really calisthenic athletes, they're doing it for this, they're doing it for that. No, we are definitely changing lives. We're helping people, multiple people we're helping, but then we're also getting a monetary gain for it too. I went 2 years, really, 2 years in the beginning without really charging for anything until I got the ripsticks. So everything was a passion. If I wasn't getting paid, I would have still been doing it. But however, we're in this for various different reasons. And one of them is definitely a monetary gain. That's without a doubt. So please don't come and whitewash and lie to the people and say views don't matter and being famous and known doesn't matter. It matters a whole heap if you're trying to turn this into a legacy, a business, and become a calisthenic entrepreneur. Does that make sense? Or am I lying? Comment down below. Stay tuned. Stay ripped. Six pack. Big back. All facts.
Indeed, in the body, literal translation, is a lump of flesh, a piece of meat. إِذَا صَلَحَتْ صَلَحَ الْجَسَدُ كُلُّهُ. And when that lump of flesh